Hey everyone, I'm Grahtles, and welcome to Satisfactory. So, a lot of content creators won't play Satisfactory or make videos on it except for the updates on September 10th that the full game is coming out, 1.0. But I just love this game and I wanted to play it. So I decided that I would make a series, just playing the game and going through all the things we have to go through to get through Satisfactory. So I hope you enjoy. It's gonna be like a let's play kind of tutorial kind of style, and yeah, let's go ahead and jump right into it. So the first thing we're doing here is picking out where we want to start our game. So I start in the northern forest. Right now there is going to be a major update on nodes and purity and stuff like that, and right now northern forest is the place to go. It has everything pretty much right there, and I think that's why they made it in 1.0 a new balanced nodes, because this was really like the place to go. So let's go ahead and start in northern forest. So the first thing we're going to do is scan for some iron. So iron is gonna make us our steel, and we need steel plates to get started. So we're gonna look for some iron, and then we're gonna look for the other two ores that we're gonna need. So here we are, we're just starting with some iron, and we're gonna run to it and see where it is and what the purity is and go from there. So as I run through, I'm starting to pick up a couple of leaves. We're gonna need that for some biomass later on. So I just kind of clear it out just to get some leaves and wood and stuff like that, because biofuel is going to be very important soon. So I also see a food source, so I'm going to grab the berries. If you see berries or nuts, you're going to want to grab that for food. And food is important because if you get in contact with an enemy, you lose health, and you need to build that health back up with food. Speaking of enemies, well, I kind of just ran right into one. Hopefully he doesn't follow me, but chances are he will. So anyway, when I said that the first thing we needed to do was scan for ore, that was probably not the right thing. You probably want to go into your hand tools, which is tab, and put your weapon in there, because we do get a weapon, and I did not do that. Because if you encounter enemy, you're gonna need to try to kill him, and the only way to do that is with the one tool that you do have to start with. Obviously, I haven't mastered killing yet, but I do not die, and I do defeat him eventually. But yeah, I struggle a little bit. So remember, once you kill him, to pick up the carcass. You're gonna need that for your mam, and it comes in handy, so go ahead and pick that up. So obviously by now you could see that we did find the iron, and I'm gonna eat something to heal up a little bit because I did lose quite a bit of health. So I remembered not to make the same mistake twice, and I took my tool out again because we're going to be scanning for more ore, and usually there's an enemy by the ore. But before I scan for more ore, I'm looking around for the other iron nodes. I know there's about 3 or 4 around this area, so I'm just going to look and see where the other ones are, and yeah, we're going to probably encounter another enemy. Well, this time I'm a little bit more prepared because I did realize that, yeah, there's going to be an enemy there, and I had the weapon in my hand. Did it make me a better fighter? No. That's the whole thing in a nutshell. So next we're going to scan for some limestone, Limestone is something we're going to need to make concrete. And copper. So copper is good for our wires and our cable. And all those we're going to need at the beginning of the game. So, yep, let's go ahead and take a run around and get the other ores. So as you can see, we have everything right in the vicinity. It's super close to everything. So I think we'll put our hub down somewhere in the middle of all this. So right now, the first thing we're going to work on is our first tier in milestones. This episode's all about just getting started, and that's the most logical place to start. So we do get 4 personal miners to start with, and I ended up putting 2 on iron, 1 on limestone, and 1 on the copper. It's not copper, but copper. It is copper. What am I talking about? I don't even know. Anyway, so I put the 4 miners down, and then I realized actually we have pure iron. We do need a lot of iron, but iron, when it's pure, it mines pretty quickly. Limestone, I think, was normal, and that's where I should have probably put 2 miners, but you know what? It doesn't really matter. I get what I need in the end, so who's to say, right? So for approximately the next 30-40 minutes, I just go around and I'm collecting leaves, I'm collecting the ore, and I'm banging out these milestones because it's the only way we're going to make progress, and it's all by hand, and it takes forever, and it's a lot of grinding, and yes, it's annoying sometimes, but one thing you can do is you hit that space bar and you walk away. You can go get yourself a coffee, go take a shower, do whatever you need to do, come back, and it'll all be done. You don't have to sit here. So that's a great point to, to get over it. I did just that. I made some breakfast. I did other things while I was sitting here, just getting the ore turned into ingots, getting turned into plates and all that stuff. And it does take quite a while. But the good news is soon we'll be making everything automated. So it's only at the beginning, and yeah, it's part of the game. It's what makes the game the game. So, we just have to deal with a little grinding. So as you can see, I did speed up this part quite a bit. And when we get to the first milestone and we send it off, I will slow it down and show you exactly what happens and what you have to do. So basically, we are just getting certain parts that we need to put into our hub. And once we do that, we could send it off to space and we could start working on the next milestone. There's actually 3 milestones in Tier 1, and we're going to get them all complete today. Alright, so here we go. We got all our parts ready. We're going to add them here and send off our ship to space. So let's take a look, and it's going to go ahead and take off. Next, we're going back to the hub, and we're going to select our next milestone. I think I'm going to pick this one because we get an extra hand slot, which is actually really convenient. And yeah, once we select it, it tells us what we need to make. We're going to make it, and we're going to send it off and just continue. So yes, we have 3 of these milestones and lots of grinding. So I decided you didn't need to see all this grinding. It would have just took forever. So I cut this short and we're on our last milestone. So let's go ahead and see where we go from here. So as you can see, tier number 1 is complete. So we completed all 3 of those milestones. We'll be working on tier 2 next episode, but right now I want to just put down a couple little platforms and maybe just start a little bit of an automation of concrete. Alright, so we're going to start with concrete because we don't need a smelter. You can directly go from mining right into the production of concrete without smelting it into an ingot. So concrete's important to make these platforms. You need metal plates and concrete, and we really do want to set up our base kind of in a pretty organized space. So that is why we're going to just automate some concrete for this episode. And yeah, we just put down our first miner. We're going to go ahead and put up a constructor and then a place to store it. So this way we can stockpile on it. Because concrete is something we're going to need a lot of to make a lot of these foundations. Next, we start making some biomass to get our electric up and running, because that is one thing you do need when you start adding miners, constructors. You need power. So yeah, we're going to make some biomass, hook up some electric, and get that started. So for power, we do have on the hub already some biofuel burners, and we're going to go ahead and throw some biofuel in here and then start running some poles. Now I'm just going to make sure this is making concrete for us in our constructor and make sure the machines are running properly. So that's very important because you'll sometimes realize you did not select either an ore or a specific material. So make sure you do that. So here's where we're going to end today's episode. We got through tier 1. And next episode, I think we're going to set up base. We're going to set up some automation in iron as well as copper. And yeah, I think tier 2 will probably hold off until episode 3 because we do want to get the base set up and we do want to get some automation going. So if you enjoyed today's episode, please like, subscribe, comment, and share. And if there's anything else you'd like to see a video about, maybe controls and different ways Satisfactory has the Zoop and other things going on, let me know. I have no problem making a video for it. So yeah, leave it in the comments below. Also, I have a Discord if you want to check it out. I share it with Jake Jemsen, and I'll leave a link in the description below. Thanks a lot. I'll see you next time. Bye.